We return with PALracing for the second leg of its fifth season, 2026. 25 cars racing for $30 to win tonight. Douglas Henry will lead them. Pete turns to his outside. Ladies and gentlemen, we are racing. And as the field comes around to complete the first lap, Pete Tart was able to grab the lead from Douglas Henry. We're green flag right now all the way around. Cars are keeping it clean. Stephen James now making the move on Douglas Henry. Doug moves up to that top line. Doug said it's all about saving tire, and all the veterans have agreed. If you want to save tire, you either got to be perfect running that top line, buzzing the wall, or you got to float it all the way down on the bottom. A long way to go. Douglas Henry now looking for the lead on Pop-Tart Pete. Doug goes to the top. Pete goes to the bottom. I wonder if Doug's going to push the issue for the track position now. Worry about tires later. What kind of notebook can he build on Pete Tart right now? Can he get Pete to race him and burn up that tire? Pete looked like he wanted to enter on his left rear, but as soon as Doug gets clear, he now floats it down to the bottom. He's going to put dirty air on the line Pete Tart prefers. Still side by side into turn one. I think Pete has the rotational advantage. Doug could pinch him on low if he wants, but he's going to give him room. Pete should be able to get him back, but he actually leaves the hole open for Douglas Henry. That's how veterans race. Issue for Raymond Wimmer, off the pace. He did not hit pit road. We don't know what's going on with Raymond. He might have lost control. We don't even have an incident report. I see damage on that car. See if we could get a replay out of him. Raymond Wimmer in front of Nick Tucker. Where does it go wrong? Here's corner exit. Slight door contact from Aiden. Bounces off, gets into Spencer Burton, and has to bring it back around. I think Raymond might have came off the wall there. Right now, Matthew Legatt has recaught Stephen James for the third spot. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Nick Tucker sideways and around. That'll bring out the yellow. Head on into the wall. I saw some contact happening. It might have been with Aiden Gould. Again, that was the same group where they made contact with Raymond Wimmer. All for that same position. Yellow flag is out. Let's take a look at the replay. What happens? So Nick Tucker ripping the fence right now. Does he get into the wall? Yes, he does. Where does he go from here? Trying to hang on to it. Coming down. He just couldn't save it. Comes across the nose of Aiden Gould. So that's all on Nick Tucker there. Contact with the inside wall. We'll watch that from the cockpit. We'll go back a little bit more to see the wall contact. Again, that's how finicky you got to be if you want to rip that top line. You can see he plows into it. And it kind of just unexpectedly comes across the Gooner's nose. These be top 5 drivers on old tires. Everybody else has the freshies. Green flag is up, green flag is out. We're back racing here at Homestead. And already a really good jump out of the guys just behind the dudes with old tires. I saw Matthew Legatt make a big move down to the bottom. Gordon Larson Jr. and Mike Casey in the sucker hole. Here comes Douglas Henry up through the middle. He gets around Logan Wilson. He might get around Joe Houston. Already in the second spot, 3 wide down the back straightaway. 4 wide with Matthew Legatt all the way on the bottom. Joe Houston will lift out of it. Doug gets second. Matt into third. Now's the time to grab this track position. Pete Tart sees a ruckus in his mirror. Gordon Larson Jr. got to the fence. He's going to drop all the way back. But up towards the front, we got a battle for the lead. Matthew Legatt, Douglas Henry, fresh tires. Matt not as quick as Doug according to the qualifying sheet, but does he have something now in the race? He'll send it in. Matt a lot more aggressive at battling than Douglas Henry. Stephen James, I think, wants to entertain this battle a little bit. You have Jacob Alicia on the white line. And Matthew Legat will pull away. I think Doug spent way too much time trying to battle Matt. He should have settled in. I'm now worried about those tires. A guy I think could have the winning pace. Might be taking himself out right now early. Who knows the track position he's going to lose now. Stephen James, the butt snorkeler, will clear. 45 laps of fuel. Pete Tart will confirm that. You can get up to 45 laps as he heads down pit road. So if everybody pits around lap 65, we're going to be just shy of the mark. So all of these drivers may be anticipating another yellow, or they'll have to short pit that final run. Doug finally has a nose outside. We'll watch the battle here into one. Can he get the rotation now from that top line? Douglas. Oh, and as Douglas Henry goes to make the pass, Brandon Meyer just got flipped into pit road. Brandon Meyer sent over the barrier. Cody McDonald was involved. He's already towed. I think Logan Wilson was in it. Oh my gosh, Brandon Meyer went for a ride, and that car is still stuck down here. And he's still on his side. Oh my gosh. And he's trying to get it unstuck. I think he's stuck in the ground. It's the car is stuck. You'll have to tow it. Brandon, you can't park there. Oh my gosh. Well, let's take a look at the replay. What did we miss? So pay attention to the cars near the blue car. Blue car's Cody McDonald comes off his line and just right hooks Logan Wilson. Brandon Meyer nowhere to go. Let's watch this again. On board with Brandon Meyer. So K-Mac just loose off the corner, right hooks Logan. Nowhere for Brandon to go. Doesn't check up, and oh my gosh! Vicious! We're going to watch K-Mac here. Cody McDonald just in his line where he needed to be. Then all of a sudden it comes off the fence, grabs Logan Wilson, and sends Brandon for a ride. Wow. That is vicious. That is vicious. Logan Wilson, just an innocent bystander. Oh my gosh. One more time for Meyer. Oh! Oh! If you guys ate today, I'm sorry if you lose your dinner. Oh my gosh. Brandon definitely lost his. Green flag is up. Green flag is out. We're going to be back racing at Homestead. Douglas Henry, your pole sitter. Pete Tart mired back in traffic. He has some time to make his own decisions here. Matthew Legat side by side with Stephen James as they head down the back straightaway. Everybody looking for room, looking for grip. Jacob Blakely, highest he's been. He's in the 6th spot battling with Jacob Alicia. It's the Jacob show. Meanwhile, Eric Gonzalez rolled in the bottom with Stephen James and Douglas Henry. Matthew Legat is ripping the fence right now. Burning up those tires, but he's getting that track position. Look at the run he's going to have on Douglas Henry here. Oh, Doug will shut the door. Matt had to get into the binders. Not all the way up against the fence, but he is going to build some rotation. And he might even get around Douglas Henry. Yes, he will. The butt snorkeler into the 2nd spot. I still think the place to be right now is on the bottom where you could save that tire. Stephen James building a run now on Douglas Henry. There might have been some contact. I think Doug blocked him. Almost contact going into 3. Stephen is not afraid to enter on his left rear. Man, these guys are fighting hard. We're almost to the halfway point. This is phenomenal racing. Stephen James wants to lead a lap here in PAL. Stephen looking for his first career win. Your top rookie at the moment, leading the rookie standings. Really consistent driver, again, Frontier Truck Tour veteran. He'll get back in line. Ooh, that was tight. I almost thought Doug was going to get himself hooked. He leaves the door open for Stephen. Stephen had the run. Stephen to the lead. And he'll go up here to this top line. He'll try to pound it like he did the previous corners. Douglas Henry on the bottom. I think he's going to let him do it. Doug knows he's a lot better at saving tire at the moment. I think he's a lot more confident in the speed of that car, so if Stephen clears him, I don't think he's going to be worried about it. And Matt is all over Doug's rear bumper, but what that does for Matt is just put his nose in dirty air. He needs to watch when he's getting back into the throttle. I mean, he's all over Douglas's rear bumper, trying to be the intimidator or something. He gets into the back of Doug, gives him a bump. I thought he's about to run him over on that left rear. He's still hanging there. Man, that was a wreck waiting to happen. Matt being patient, knowing that he was very close to wrecking Douglas Henry. A guy I don't really want to be known for wrecking because he'll come back and get you. Side by side, Stephen James is able to clear. Now Matthew Legatt working on Douglas Henry. I still think Doug is saving tire a lot better right now, but we all know track position is just as important. Doug was able to run down Matt with a 1.3, I believe was the max second gap. So he won't be too worried if Stephen gets around a second ahead, but he has to worry about how many cars he has to pass to get there. As Matthew Legatt clears, here comes Eric Gonzalez. Crash report, Aaron Warren back straightaway, yellow flag is out. Aaron Warren's car is smoked. And it is destroyed, and he will tow the car. What just happened? Aaron Warren rolling the top line all by himself. Coming with the run up top, Michael Alfaro closes the gap. Alfaro not aware Aaron was coming with the run. I mean, there's just nowhere for Aaron to go unless he hits the brakes. That does fall on Alfaro there just a little bit. And Alfaro should have known that he was jumping up in front of a quicker car, and even Aaron tried to avoid. And Alfaro comes back down off the fence and inevitably takes out Aaron Warren. Raymond Wimmer probably had a near miss. Brown in his pants. We're back racing here at Homestead. Matthew Legatt gets behind Stephen James. Douglas Henry kind of running that middle line at the moment. Eric Gonzalez there in the 4th spot to the outside of the 66. These guys are going to get a little bit racy here. Again, the only drivers on fresh tires, Mike Hasty, Joe Houston, Gordon Larson Jr., and Michael Alfaro. Everybody else still on those older tires. Everybody knows they'll have to pit again, trying to save a set for the end. I like the strategy of the main pack. Here comes Eric Gonzalez trying to join in this 2-car battle for the lead. Matthew Legatt on the bottom. Stephen James up top. Douglas Henry now side by side with Aiden Gould. Big run off the top. Stephen James will clear for the lead at the moment. Here comes Eric Gonzalez. He is going to look to the inside. Matthew Legatt will close the door. Aiden Gould got around Douglas Henry. And we are racing tight and close here at Homestead. I think we might even see 3 wide. Eric Gonzalez Gould almost get together. But he's going to keep charging for it. Aiden Gould moves up to the fence and put Eric Gonzalez at the top of the board. Eric Gonzalez leading here at Homestead. Man, maybe Joe Houston might have had the winning strategy. Time will tell. Joe Houston, one career win for him. Getting another here in this season will help him drastically for the points. Remind you all, one career win. It's the crown jewel, the Baby Car 225 of Season 4. Overtime finish, battling Aiden Gould. Don't think it's set in stone that they're good to the end. The question is, when they decide to pit versus the rest of the field, who has the advantage? Everybody going into single file mode now. Douglas Henry now driving around Eric Gonzalez. Still showed that he was able to save some tire. And he becomes the leader of the main strategy. Oh, spin in the back! Matthew Leggett, Spencer Burton to the inside wall. That'll bring out the yellow flag. We've seen this wreck so many times already tonight. And it happens again. Matt's coming up. And similar to the T-Pain Aaron Warren incident, I mean, there's just nowhere for Spencer to go. Matt does not need to come up there. Tires are old. Spencer can't cross him up. And they'll both hit towards the inside wall. Well, for strategy, that kind of throws everything out the window because everybody's going to pit here and everybody's going to be on fresh tire. So for Joe Houston, Mike Hasty, Gordon Larson Jr., they got themselves some track position. But everybody's going to be matched on tires. Hopefully, the final restart of tonight. Mike Hasty leads it off of the strategy, and we're back racing here at Homestead. The passer protest 225, $30 up for grabs. Eric Gonzalez looks to the inside. Joe Houston out of check up behind Mike Hasty. He gets loose. It's a wobble. And down the back straightaway, we already have 3 wide racing. Joe Houston falls all the way back. Jacob Licia all the way out of line. He might even be making a move. I'm not sure. 3 wide. Oh, Aiden Gould and then Joe Houston. They're 4 wide now. Joe, hang on to her, brother. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. He is dirt tracking that thing, trying to hang on, but look at all the track position he loses. Eric Gonzalez out front. Douglas Henry to his rear bumper. This is going to be a battle for the ages. These two have a little bit of on-track history. Do we see it resurface tonight? Mike Hasty still in the mix. Oh, Jacob Alicia sideways in the back. More cars wrecking. A whole pile up. Gordon Larson Jr., Jacob Alicia, Jacob Blakely, Aiden Gould, all involved down at the inside wall. And the accidents that have been plaguing the same spot on track might have just struck again. Gordon Larson Jr. destroyed. We saw Jacob Alicia stepping out. That car is destroyed. Let's take a look at the replay. We're looking on the exit of turn 4 here. Look at the 31 of Jacob Alicia. He's pushing up, and nowhere for him to go unless it's the left rear of Aiden Gould. Aiden gets hooked, gets into GLJ. Jacob Blakely, nowhere to go. He gets hit. Gary Smoke barely misses, and it's a 4-car pileup as they head down towards the inside wall. Oh, no. Back a little bit further here. On board, Jacob Alicia. Pushing. Almost has it saved. It still wrecks into the group. Just kind of nowhere to go. He's going to get clipped by GLJ. He's even trying to avoid, and he comes down into Aiden Gould, and even Alicia thinks he's clear of it, and they're all still wrecking. Green flag is out. We're back racing at Homestead. The passer protest 225. Good launch for Eric. Doug standing right there on his right rear, but now Doug has options. Where does he go? Chase him to the bottom. He'll run the middle line. Eric Gonzalez down low. Through turns 1 and 2. Pete Tart side by side with Mike Hasty. Back up towards the front. Eric Gonzalez leads. If you're Doug, I think you got to go now. I think you got to see if you can look for grip elsewhere. Eric's not going to leave that bottom line. That dirty air is going to play an effect. Here comes Pop-Tart Pete making the pass for second. Eat looks to the outside. This is what Eric Gonzalez wants to see. These guys side by side. Stephen James will fall back. Now Doug, does he let Pete go and run down Eric? Does he just stay side by side with him? Because Eric Gonzalez has him by just over 4 car lengths. Maybe now back to 3, but the gap is half a second. Pete Tart will clear Douglas Henry. Can Doug stay within reach, though? Kind of leaves Doug with nowhere to go. That's going to hurt Doug's exit. That's going to hurt his momentum. And now Pete Tart up the inside. It's a slide job. Eric Gonzalez, can he cross over back down to the inside? What's the run look like on exit? Not quite there. On the left rear, he can now slow down Pete down the back straightaway. Will he throw a slider of his own into turn 3? Eric Gonzalez up the inside. He has the 54 cleared. Where does he go? Does he park it on the nose? He tries to shut the door. Pete looks lower, and he has the advantage on the inside. He'll grow even. But can Eric Gonzalez play defense from the top line? Eric goes all the way to the fence now, just about. Pete Tart ships it in. It's a little bit of a slider of his own. Can Eric drive it off the top again? Corner exit. Pete Tart with the advantage. Pete Tart has cleared into the lead. This time, Doug will jump up to the top line. Had to get on the binders a little bit. Now he'll look underneath Eric Gonzalez. Meanwhile, 3 laps to go for Pop-Tart Pete. Side by side for second, and they even touch. Eric might have come off the fence a little bit. Doug will put elbows out. Trying to clear Gonzalez. It looks like he will do so. 2 laps to go for Pop-Tart Pete. Final time down the back straightaway. Had to endure a lot of battles. At one point was 18th off strategy. The yellows fall his way. And through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, Pop-Tart Pete will see 6 career wins. Pete Tart wins here at Homestead.
Back to back. Oh my, what a slide job.
Good shit, Pete.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. That was good. Thank you for keeping that point. That was good.
And I think this kid's going to be excited. Back-to-back 6 career wins, man. This is awesome. We'll bring it to a stop. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Passer Protest 225 at Homestead, $30 richer, Pop-Tart Pete, back-to-back, baby.
Let's go. Oh my gosh, I did not think I had it.
Man, when you set outside pole to a guy like Douglas Henry, defending series champion, a 10th on you of qualifying, were you worried at all? Did you feel like you had to rely on strategy? I mean, what was your mindset throughout tonight? Because at one point you were 18th place off strategy and it wasn't looking good.
Yeah, I mean, great qualifying effort out of Douglas. I think our difference was top versus bottom in 1 and 2, and yeah, it was a 10th faster. We battled clean in the beginning, and then our strategy, I mean, the way I looked at it, and I didn't realize this until after I told you that we would have had to pit one last time, but to be honest, with tires making such a difference and with the yellows, it wouldn't have played out. So, I mean, that was quite the drive. That might have been like the best race I've ever put together in that moving one. I love that slider line. And yeah, that was a great race, especially with Stand Up to Cancer and Maybell Vintage on the car.
Well, Pete, you are now a 6-time winner in a PALracing, putting together a championship winning season. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Now.